Hey everyone, welcome back with a new lecture with ISO IEC 17043 2023 edition and terms and definition again. Participant. Participant, as I said many times, who will need the PT sample or PT item to ensure his competency. Participant can be person or any organization that undertakes activities related to PT and submit their results for performance evaluation by the PT provider. They will get the PT from the PT provider, then they will send the PT result to the PT provider for PT provider evaluation for their performance. And proficiency testing, PT or proficiency testing, not PT item, but here evaluation of participants. Now, evaluation of participants' performance against pre-established criteria by means of inter-lab comparisons. So they have pre-established criteria by the P2 provider, prepared already by the P2 provider, and based on this criteria, we will participate, and then there will be evaluation for our performance relating to specific activity or specific measurement procedure. So this is the proficiency testing. But BT item, anything sent to participant to test their performance, anything used to evaluate the performance of participants, such as sample. It can be sample for chemistry or microbiology or medical, whatever. Artifact like weights or calibration block. Reference material, CRM. And equipments, a piece of equipment such as thermometer or pipettes. Anything used to evaluate the performance is a PT, but from the PT provider, which is accredited according to 17043. PT provider is the organization responsible for the whole process for operation from the beginning up to the end, up to reporting the results to the participants. So organization takes responsibility for all activities in the development and operation of the PT scheme. Then we have PT round. PT round is one full cycle of PT activity, starting from sample preparation, ending with reporting of participant performance. One cycle, only one complete cycle or complete process happen to one PT item, sending to the participants and collecting results from them, then make the statistical evaluation and calculate and send a report again to the participants. It's only one cycle for one item only. So sample preparation, starting the whole process, starting from sample preparation, then determine the assigned value at the beginning before sending to the participants, distribution to participants, collecting the results from them, then calculate consensus value, then prepare the report and send it to participants. And in this report, there is satisfactory result. This is the evaluation of performance of participants. Satisfactory when Z score less than 2. Questionable when the Z score is higher than 2 but less than 3. Unsatisfactory, completely failed. Z score will be higher than 3. BT scheme, which is long-term program including more than one round. So not only one round, but one or more rounds. Overall program includes one or more PT rounds. Each scheme focus on a specific technical area. So it will focus on one area, not different area of analysis. So can cover particular type of activity, one test, or sometimes number of activities also within the same area also under chemistry unit, under microbiology unit. So the same area, under this area we have heavy metals, mycotoxin, veterinary drugs, whatever analysis. So number of activities, all of these activities will be in one scheme. So one scheme containing different rounds relating to one type of activity, particular type of activity, only one test, or number of activities but within the same area. Example for that, we have PT scheme for lead in water. Lead is heavy metal, one of the heavy metal, but this scheme only for lead in water. So this is one analyte. And another scheme for heavy metals, different analytes. So it can be for lead, for one analyte, or different analytes for one activity or different activity also. Also, it might include chemical, physical, or microbiological tests if they belong to the same technical area. As example, PT scheme. This is one PT scheme for the food contaminant. This is the technical area, food contaminant. Under food contaminant, mycotoxin in cereals. So we have different mycotoxins. So the PT round 1 and PT round 2. In one, aflatoxin B1 will be sent to participants at March 2025. And in 2, PT round 2, ochratoxin A, so at September 2025. So each test, different analyte. We have, for each round, we have a different analyte, but within the same technical area. Standard deviation for proficiency assessment. As you know, that standard deviation is the variation between different results. If you run a spike sample, replicate of spiked samples with a known concentration, then you will get results for these samples. And if these results are close to each other, then the standard deviation will be low. If these results are far from each other, standard deviation will be very high. So same thing here also. But the definition from the standard is measure of dispersion used in the evaluation of BT results based on the available information. Available information, these are the results received from the participants. And there is a normal or natural variation. Normal or natural variation, so there is no outlier. If there is normal variation between the results, so standard deviation will be calculated and it will be okay, it will be normal. But if there is high variation between the participants, that means there is maybe outlier in these results. So if you remove this outlier, again you will get normal or natural variation among competent participants, and these results should be close to each other or has normal variation. So how much these results could be far from the assigned value, how much these results could be far from the assigned value. You will determine the assigned value at the beginning for your sample, for the PT sample, then you will send the result to participants. After that, the participant, they will send you their results, and these results, there should be normal or natural variation between these results. So how much could be far from the assigned value? If there is a normal or natural variation between the participant result, so the performance is high and also standard deviation is low. Not always calculated, but represent the expected spread among competent labs. And we have two ways to calculate standard deviation. Can be prescribed, set in advance, or calculated statistically from participants' result. Set in advance, and that will be based on the past data and also their experience, PT provider experience about this sample. Example for that, PT provider decides that for measuring lead in water, acceptable variation or normal or natural variation that we talked about before among competent labs should be 5% of the assigned value. So assigned value 100 microgram per kilogram, standard deviation 0.05 multiplied to 100. So 5 microgram per kilogram normal variation, not higher than this. In this case, that will be used to calculate the Z-score also. X minus XA, which is the assigned value or mean of samples, mean the average between all samples, and this is the participant result or observed value divided by the standard deviation. So they decide from the beginning or set in advance the variation can be for this sample based on the past data they know about this sample result and also their experience about this sample. And also can be calculated statistically, statistical evaluation from data if there is no predefined standard deviation for proficiency assessment. Can be estimated from participant result but after removing outliers. So this is the common statistical method as in ISO 13528. Example for that, we have these results. We got these results from the participants, and then we found first point you should remove the outliers because standard deviation will be very high if there is big difference in any of these results. So this is not a normal variation between results. So 120 is outlier, so remove this from the result. Then calculate the average between all of them, which is 99.8, and the standard deviation was 1.42. Then they decide, PT provider decide to use this number, to use 1.4 as the standard deviation or allowable coefficient of variation. So they decide to use this number to calculate the z-score and make other evaluation. And you can also go for ILAC G17 2021 guidance on PT performance evaluation. This is also important. That was the end of our lecture for today. Thank you, and see you in the next lecture with general requirements.